Herzlich willkommen alle miteinander zu Episode 35 von Hogwarts Legacy. Wir machen direkt weiter mit der Quest mit Poppy. Und schauen wir mal, was passiert.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howin for the measles.
Feed?
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in Plimpies.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realized that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
Okay. Interessanter Kommentar.
You're making this sound simple, but this is a dragon after all.
Hebrideans can be aggressive, but they're also clever. She caught on quickly enough when you showed her how to escape the tent. She'll understand why we're here once she sees her egg. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No, it belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot.
Ah, Food. Na sicher.
Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are.
Ach ja, so ganz so nebenher alles irgendwie. Ja, und dieses und jenes und vielleicht werden wir zu essen, vielleicht auch nicht. Egal. Poppy scheint das alles nicht ganz so zu kratzen.
There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
Revelio.
Das sieht nicht so aus, als würde sie uns
Poor thing must
mit
be
offenen
sick,
Armen
wondering
empfangen.
what happened to her egg.
Na komm schon, geh weiter.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Das glaube ich nicht.
Let's hope it stays that way. At least until we've done what we came to do.
Okay, Mongrels.
Yes. A more hushed approach is likely why. I wonder how many people will capture. At least 10 usually.
Revelio. Watch your
Wo
step.
geht's da unten hin? Das ist wahrscheinlich nur ein Ausgang. Oh, eine Leiche. Where are you, Smithy? Thought you were joining us in Borneo. I know you have your hopes about the fighting ring, but the true galleons are in Acromantulas. You wouldn't believe how much Violet and I made a few days ago, not to mention Borneo's not half bad to look at. Anyway, we'll be moving on soon, Egypt perhaps. It's such a relief not to be weighed down anymore. See you, Angus.
How charming. They keep in touch with each other. Revelio. There she is again.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance. Reparo.
Fantastic. I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well.
Revelio.
From a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us.
Wieder mal so vollkommen nebensächlich, dieser Kommentar. Fast schon neugierig. Als würde sie gerne als Snack für den Drachen draufgehen.
Watch your step. Revelio.
Pity. She must have been starved to pick off a grapple.
Or just raring for a fight.
Ein Grabhorn. Ein Wesen, das wir später auch noch treffen werden, aber nicht in Tod. Wo sind wir denn hier eigentlich? Ich habe mich noch... wir sind hierher teleportiert worden und ich habe keine Ahnung, wo wir sind. Erstmal kurz hier Challenge freischalten. Ach, ich darf gar nicht in die Map. Das heißt, es ist vielleicht sogar ein Level, ein Dungeon sozusagen. Ein Overworld-Dungeon, den wir gar nicht irgendwo auf irgendeiner Map sehen können.
Revelio.
Quiet. What was that?
So.
Revelio.
Beschießt uns hier mit Feuer, aber wir sollen sie auf keinen Fall wehtun.
Over here. Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make sure we know. Keep up. We've just got to make it to the nest.
Oh, she isn't making it easy.
Okay, hier unten ist nichts. Ein explosives Fass.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm, if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past that. Get to that opening below her. If we can get to that entrance, we can get to the nest.
Komme ich hier durch? Ja, tatsächlich.
She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant. Revelio.
Almost there. Why is every bridge here broken?
Reparo.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
Und da fliegt's weg.
That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Ja, das war ein Risiko, das wir eingegangen sind, ja. Ja. Das könnte mir jetzt so sagen, wenn ich jetzt diese Antwort nehme, dass ich so grundsätzlich mich darstelle als ein Charakter, der Beasts eher töten würde, als getötet zu werden. Wobei, das stimmt ja eigentlich auch, aber halt so im Sinne von, Beasts dürfen gar nicht erst so weit kommen. Ja, Aber ich bin trotzdem bei
That's rather generous, isn't it? She did try to kill us the entire time.
Only until she saw her egg, at which point I thought she rather warmed to us. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Okay, ja gut. Dadurch, dass es ja hier sowieso ein Level ist, in dem sonst nichts ist.
I was hoping to look around for a moment, if you don't mind. Take it all in.
I suppose we could catch our breath.
Ich werde jetzt erstmal gucken, ob ich hier noch
I'm
irgendwas
ready whenever you
finde. Aber hier ist, glaube ich, nichts mehr, ne? Hier sind wir ja überall durchgelaufen. Nee, hier ist nichts mehr. Aber ein cooler Level, auf jeden Fall. Dann wollen wir
I
mal...
can't believe any of what just happened.
Still taking it all in?
No. I think I'm ready to leave if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntow Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
What?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl.
Was denn? Was denn? Erzähl's mir. Ja, was? Warum müssen wir jetzt wohl eine Eule senden?
How could I have been so blind?
Ja, und jetzt erzählt sie uns nichts und läuft einfach weg. Wie toll.
Oh.
Ja, toll. Oh. Gib mir einen Hinweis. Ach ja. Okay, das heißt, ich muss einfach warten, bis die Quest weitergeht. Und so lange können wir mal was anderes tun. Erstmal können wir mal ein bisschen was verkaufen. Dazu können wir mal hier reingehen.
Come on in and have a look around. No touching if you have sticky fingers.
So. Okay, jetzt haben wir hier noch 4
I
Gegenstände.
suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever.
Handschuhe. Na gut. Die Offense ist halt deutlich besser, aber die Defense wird halt komplett Nee. Nee, will ich nicht. Was soll das? Warum sagt er mir hier, Defense wird zwar erhöht, aber die Offense 18 runter? Was soll denn das? Warum ist das besser in den Augen des Spiels? Wie auch immer. Will ich nicht haben.
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Gut, dann gehen wir mal direkt zurück nach Hogwarts. Ich habe nämlich wieder mal ein bisschen recherchiert. Nicht die World Map. Das Map. Und zwar müssen wir in den Faculty Tower wieder. Hier. So. Ich habe rausgefunden, wie man in diesen Raum da oben kommt. Diesen Balcony. Man sieht hier einen Kamin, der auf der anderen Seite weitergeht. Den habe ich völlig übersehen, als ich hier zuletzt war. Und den müssen wir mal kurz löschen.
Bombarder.
Nicht mit Bombarder. Und schon sind wir da. Das ist sogar ein richtiges Easter Egg, weil hier gibt es jede Menge Konzeptzeichnungen zum Spiel. Und ein
Incendio.
Fähigkeit-Page. Ja,
Revelio.
leider nicht. Hat trotzdem einen Erfolg, das jetzt mal gefunden zu haben. Wobei, was heißt Erfolg? Ich habe es ja auch gegoogelt. Also es ist dann nicht so, dass ich das selbst rausgefunden hätte. So, also ich glaube, Poppy hat uns noch keine neue Quest geschickt. Nein. Ja, dann wollen wir mal mit Sebastian nochmal sprechen. Gucken, wie die Questline weitergeht.
Revelio.
I bet Black could tell us these things.
Ja, komm, geh auf.
Revelio.
Ja, okay, ne, hier geht nichts weiter. Ja, was ist das für ein Raum? Achso, da geht's nur in den Innenhof. Ah,
Revelio.
jetzt will ich ja doch mal wissen, was das für eine Quest ist, die ich jetzt bekommen habe. Ah, Poppy. Ja, dann machen wir erstmal mit ihr weiter. Ganz klar, das interessiert mich mehr.
Revelio.
You're brave though, aren't you?
Revelio.
Ach, sie wahrscheinlich. Bei Highwing irgendwo, wo wir uns wo wir Highwing das erste Mal gesehen haben. Ja.
Oh, good, you're safe.
Jetzt komm rück raus. Was los?
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Der Snidget. Ich weiß aber nicht, was es ist. Außer, dass er aus dem Quiz eben früher für den Snitch benutzt wurde.
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Mal wieder richtig schön zu sehen.
Where exactly are these Snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Warum die Zentauren?
Centaurs aren't known for being the friendliest lot. Especially not with wizard kind, and not right now.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Na gut. Was ich sagen wollte, war, dass es mal wieder offensichtlich wird, dass auch die Wizards ihre dunklen Seiten haben und dass sie nicht anders als Menschen auch eben ihre Umgebung, ihre Tier- und Pflanzenwelt gnadenlos ausnutzen, wenn sie nur entsprechend eingestellt sind. Na gut, dann gehe ich jetzt mal zu Sebastian. Wo ist denn der? Wobei es kann natürlich sein, dass sie mir in relativ naher Zeit dann wieder eine Quest schickt und sagt, ja, ich weiß jetzt, was wir tun müssen. Ja, aber trotzdem kann ich mal mit Sebastian reden finden. Mit dem ist es vielleicht auch nicht anders. Okay.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio.
Oh, da oben. Da ist ja ein Klassenraum, den ich noch gar nicht, oder beziehungsweise ein Lehrerzimmer, das ich noch gar nicht ausgeraubt
Hello,
habe.
Hamora. Revelio.
Cooles Fahrrad. Dear Dinah, I know you are as disappointed as any regarding the cancellation of this year's Quidditch season. Despite my repeated efforts, I cannot seem to convince the headmaster to reverse his decision, even if it were for a shorter period of time. Might I impose upon you to reach out to him? It occurred to me that perhaps hearing from someone from his school years, someone alongside whom he may have once cheered for a match or two, well, I thought it could possibly sway him. Yes, gratefully. Was auch immer. Ich habe keine Ahnung.
Hello, Hamora.
Wieder mal eine Maske. Oh, wo geht's denn hier hin? Nochmal ein Level 3. Oh, wow.
Revelio.
Ah. Ich habe in einem Video gesehen, dass die Schachbretter tatsächlich animiert sind und dass dort immer der sogenannte Schäferzug gespielt wird. Oder das Narrenmatt. Ja, es ist das Narrenmatt, nicht der Schäferzug. Das ist mit einer der schnellsten Partien überhaupt im Schach. Dass man jemanden Schachmatt setzen kann, wenn es nicht die schnellste Variante ist. Ja, das ist immer der gleiche. Oh, hallo, Professor Hackett. Ich hab mal dein Büro ausgeräumt. Hast du was zu erzählen?
Professor, what can you tell me about your work at the Ministry?
Your curiosity is understandable. Well, although I can't speak in any detail of my work, I can tell you certain interesting facts. Unspeakables work in the Ministry's Department of Mysteries. Dangerous work at times, as you've no doubt guessed.
Yes, Professor.
Now, you needn't concern yourself with my injury. I made peace long ago with the fact that a sprig of dittany, once plucked, will surely begin to wilt.
Was bedeutet das?
Have you made peace with the time you've lost?
Ah, but I don't truly know how much time I have lost. Without saying more, perhaps whatever time I've lost was in exchange for time gained. and to dwell on such matters is a waste of the days ahead. At this point, no magic permits us to travel back in time. Perhaps one day. Yes, I can tell you that my years at the Ministry were well spent. And I'm as happy to be at Hogwarts now as I was to be in the Department of Mysteries years ago.
If I may, Professor, I'm also happy that you're here at Hogwarts now.
Kind of you to say. Speaking of time, perhaps yours would be best spent honing your defensive wand work.
Yes, Professor.
Ja. Schnell wieder an die Arbeit.
Revelio.
Hallo Sebastian.
Did you speak with my uncle?
Warum guckst du dich so um? Du bist allein hier unten, oder nicht?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh. That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought, she handed it to me. "This will keep you safe," she said. "It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet."
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
So, er will also auch noch Ominous einspannen. Habe ich das richtig verstanden?
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this.
Ich habe
I'll send you an owl when I have news.
nicht in die Erinnerung, dass ich irgendwie gerade die Entscheidung getroffen hätte, auf seiner Seite zu sein. Keine Ahnung. Aber wenigstens hatte ich recht damit, dass es jetzt nicht direkt weitergeht mit ihm, sondern dass es jetzt erstmal nur ein Gespräch war. Ich würde auch gerne lieber mit Poppy weitermachen. Well, dann schauen wir an die Quests. Machen wir einen von den beiden hier. Ja, okay, das ist jetzt auch mit Sebastian. Aber keine Ahnung, ob das jetzt mit dem zu tun hat, was er gerade mit mir besprochen hat. Aber er wollte mir ja sowieso nochmal eine Eule schicken. Ich mache jetzt mal hier den Quest mit Amit. So, Map. Oh, da müssen wir in irgendeinen... Hier in diesen Tower hoch, in den... Astronomy Tower.
Revelio. Revelio.
Hier sind auch noch irgendwelche Sachen.
A beginner's guide to transfiguration.
Oder? Habe ich mich getäuscht? Ich dachte da drin. Ich bin hier hochgegangen. Ich dachte da oben, da wäre noch irgendwas. Dann habe ich das anscheinend schon geholt. Okay.
Revelio.
Try.
Habe ich vielleicht mit ihr was zu besprechen? Ja, sie hat auch was zu sagen.
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do.
May I ask what attracted you to astronomy?
You may. Might I assume from your inquiry that you wonder how anyone may have an interest in astronomy?
Oh, not at all, Professor. I find it intriguing and wanted to know more about your work.
Ah, that is good to hear. So often those who do not fully understand all that can be gleaned from the stars question astronomy's relevance. Misperceptions frequently arise due to the confusion of astronomy with astrology, the ridiculousness of which I shall not deign to discuss. To answer your question, it was my dear sister who first sparked my interest in stargazing. The two of us spent countless nights on our rooftop staring at the cosmos. It was one of the only subjects we could study together.
I'm not sure I follow, Professor. Why was that?
My sister is a squib. Clever, hard-working, and generous, but a squib nonetheless. The only non-magical child born to our family in generations, poor thing. Although she manages exceptionally well.
It sounds as if she's a lovely person and accomplished.
She is. And to her credit, while she was once disappointed not to attend Hogwarts, she has excelled in Muggle school. One of the first women, we suspect, to have attended Cambridge, well disguised at the time by our mother as a gentleman scholar. And as astronomy is one subject shared between the Muggle world and ours, she and I have been able to maintain that common interest. We still sneak up to a rooftop now and then to gaze upwards, courtesy of a levitation charm rather than a trellis nowadays.
Thank you for telling me about your sister, Professor.
I was glad to. It is good to be reminded of all that one can accomplish when one embraces who one is. Now off you go. I am sure you've a star chart to review somewhere.
Sicher? Ich habe ein Date mit Amit, beziehungsweise einfach nur ein Stargazing-Date. Wobei das nicht weniger romantisch ist. Ich weiß nicht, vielleicht haben wir sogar ein wirkliches Date, aber ich glaube eher, dass wir versuchen, weiß ich gar nicht, was versuchen wir? Muss ich jetzt tatsächlich mal schauen, was steht denn in der Quest drin? Ah, es geht um Gobbledygook. Ja, er kann ja Gobbledygook, oder beziehungsweise er behauptet das. Ja, werden wir noch sehen, ob er es wirklich kann.
Revelio.
Ah, da unten ist noch eine Kiste. Ach, das ist Wiggenwelt. Haben wir schon mehr als genug davon.
Hello there.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Und durch das Lesen hast du die Sprache gelernt.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Lord Gok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Okay. Ich kann immer noch mit ihm reden, oder ist das jetzt...
Thank you for being willing to help me, Amit.
You are very welcome. I'm looking forward to meeting your friend, Lord Gok.
Lord Gok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of...
Okay. Wir werden sehen, was dabei rauskommt. Ja gut, ich werde das von hier aus machen.
Revelio.
Habe ich das da oben schon geradet? Nein. Oh, ist ja niemand. Doch, es ist jemand da.
Revelio.
Hier ist ja gar nichts. Die haben eine ganze Ruine für sich hier. Normalerweise haben sie doch nur ein paar Zelte stehen.
Totalis.
Komm, ich lass dich frei.
Aloha Mora.
Ein Niffler.
Revelio.
I could use a fire whiskey right
Aloha Mora.
Aber wenn mich nicht alles täuscht... Ah, ja, ich kenne diesen Ort. Will man noch nicht so viel verraten. Den werden wir noch wiedersehen später.
Totalis. Revelio.
Irondale's not half as tough as it sounds.
Petrificus totalis. Aloha Mora.
Oh, ich hatte gehofft, sie würden nichts sehen. Er hat tatsächlich sich wieder verpisst.
Petrificus totalis.
Oh, Glück gehabt.
Revelio.
Wie komme ich da jetzt hoch?
Perhaps not the best place to be caught alone.
Ach, die haben doch überhaupt keine Chance gegen mich.
Petrificus totalis.
Perhaps it's dinner I'm hearing.
Ha ha! Time to teach someone a lesson!
Better be a beast.
Petrificus
Arrest them.
Bombarda.
You've made a great mistake.
Accio. Levioso. Descendo. Expelliarmus. Flipendo.
Petrificus totalis!
Descendo. Fight for me. Flipendo.
Petrificus totalis!
Descendo.
Petrificus totalis!
Flipendo. Bombarda.
Petrificus totalis!
Incendio. Confringo. Depulso.
Petrificus totalis! Petrificus totalis!
Revelio.
Trouble's brewing and I'm without my friends.
Revelio.
I'd say we know who to leave at home minding the oven.
Da hat wohl einer da draußen nicht mitbekommen, dass hier drin so ganz schön was abgegangen ist. Vielleicht tatsächlich nicht.
Revelio.
Okay, weiter geht's.
Revelio. Oh, here's a pleasant surprise.
Okay, muss ich da drauf? Ja.
Merlin himself would be proud. Revelio.
Oh, da ist noch mal eine. Ah, aber ich weiß nicht, wo die ausgelöst wird. Naja, gehen wir erstmal hier in den Dungeon.
Compulso. I should investigate. Revelio.
Na? Ja, da, okay.
Revelio.
Ah, da oben.
Revelio.
Ja, das ist definitiv eine Dungeon-Eingang, den ich später noch wiedersehen werde. Aber darum kümmere ich mich jetzt erst.
Depulso.
Und rein da.
Revelio.
Ah, hier ist sogar noch ein... Mach mal zuerst. Das kann sogar sein, dass ich das jetzt hier... Dass ich diese... Dingens da, wo ich gerade darüber gesprochen habe, diesen Eingang, den ich jetzt benutzen muss.
Revelio.
Okay, das sind wieder so Kübel, Feuerkübel. Da oben ist einer. Da. Wo ist denn der dritte?
Revelio.
Wow, ganz schön weit weg. Okay. Fringo, ne?
Confringo. Revelio.
Dann reden wir mal mit Lautcock.
You received my owl.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
Davon war ja dann auszugehen. Jetzt weiß ich leider wirklich nicht mehr genau, wie die Story zuletzt ausgegangen ist. Ich weiß nicht, was es jetzt hier ich antworten möchte.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metalworker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Das ist vielleicht keine gute Idee.
Greetings, Lord Cock. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Tja, das wird ein Abenteuer für Amit. Ja, und wir müssen genau da rein. Ah ja.
The door is looking at us.
Kommt mir ziemlich lächerlich vor. Ach so, ja gut. Das ist genauso wie die Augenkisten, gibt es eine Augentür. Die uns genau dann durchlässt, wenn wir nicht sichtbar sind. Mein Gott, wenn ich mich erinnere, wie ich damals lange gebraucht habe, um das rauszufinden. Ich war so...
So rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
Ich stand richtig auf dem Schlauch damals.
Revelio.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
These machines operate on steam. Interesting. I still can't believe we're inside the
Accio.
real goblin mine.
Revelio.
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Ja, ist ja gut, Amit. Wir wissen, du bist ein Fan.
Accio. Keep your wits about you, Amit. I'll get you through this mine.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Schnell unsichtbar machen.
Revelio. Petrificus totalis.
Right, one less human to worry about.
Protego.
Move of a coward.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word. Accio.
Okay, das geht noch nicht.
Watched by a door.
Ja, wir benutzen einfach gleich nochmal den Unsichtbarkeits...
I'm quite good at sneaking about.
Won't get through as long as we can be seen by that eye.
Wir sind doch gar nicht, wir werden doch gar nicht gesehen. Vielleicht muss man hier auch die Polster machen.
The boss.
Nee.
The bender. Descend. Accio.
Fehlt einfach noch der Dampf in den Rohren. Ah, hier.
Bombarda. Confringo. Accio. Revelio.
Ah, jetzt geht die Tür auf.
Revelio.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Bound to be plans around here somewhere.
Quiet over here.
Arresto momentum. Levioso. Sendo.
Gut gemacht, Amit.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Revelio.
Was meint er mit empty-headed? Was sollte das auch ein Pun sein? Ach, das ist einfach nur ein anderer Weg. Okay.
A schematic? They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Ja, er ist Brain und wir sind der Muscle.
Revelio.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Troll the other day.
Gucken, ob wir diesen Raum schaffen. Ah, nee, oh nee. Zu viele.
I'll find you. Kill you when I get down from here.
Arresto momentum. Descendo.
Put me on the ground now.
Huh? Descendo.
Oh, yeah.
Hier ist so eine Red Barrel. Alter, Amit hat's erwischt.
Rather unwise coming back this way. You won't get away. Let's get this over with.
Accio. Descendo. Protego. You stupid one. Pity. Not quite.
Stop! I'm afraid of heights!
Expelliarmus!
You can't stop us! Levioso! Return me to the ground! Stupid! Put me down! Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Revelio.
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Aber diese Tür, die kann man doch bestimmt irgendwie öffnen. Ah, auch nicht.
Bombarder. Confringo. Revelio.
I wonder if the boiler powers the lever. I suspect it must.
Revelio.
The boiler activated that handle. See it?
Accio.
When the war is over, goblins will rule over wizards at last.
Clever.
Boah, das sind ganz schön viele.
Petrificus totalis.
Ach, da oben ist noch einer. Hm. Okay, nicht so leicht.
What's that? Who's there? An intruder!
Protego.
Someone's been taken out! Showing off, are we?
Oh, shit!
Accio. Levioso. Descendo.
Why can't I get here?
You'll pay for that! I shall avenge your death!
Expelliarmus. Protego.
Stop it!
Flipendo.
No!
Stupid. Crucial. Expelliarmus.
Oh, da ist noch einer.
Protego. Stupefy. Descendo.
of them are
Revelio.
there?
That should be the last of them,
Jetzt
Amit.
musste der gute Amit sogar mit ansehen, wie ich Crucio gecastet habe. Oder den Cruciatus Curse.
Accio.
What? Ach, da fehlt immer noch der... Ah, I see, I see.
Yes, of course.
Confringo. Revelio.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found. Accio.
Ah, da kommt jetzt der Aufzug runter, ne? Warum hat er unten solche Spikes?
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
Ja, Amit hat ganz schön was einstecken müssen. Wahrscheinlich wird er mir nicht mehr vertrauen. Oh, was ist da für eine Tür?
Aloha, Mora. Revelio. We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed. Can we please talk about what just happened?
Klar.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it.
Ich glaube, er hat
Your
auch...
goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
Falsch ausgesprochen.
Revelio.
Ah, naja, danke trotzdem, Amit. Auch wenn ich dir ganz schön einen Schrecken einjagen musste. Aha. Na gut, dann wollen wir mal.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it.
Das war bestimmt Miriam.
She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Jetzt bleibt er stehen. Oh ja. Das Ende der Zwischensequenz hat anderes verheißen lassen. Okay, ja, das hört sich nicht gut an. Beziehungsweise es hört sich spannend an. Das ist ja wiederum gut. Ja, ich mache hier eine Pause. Danke fürs Zuschauen, Leute, bei Episode 35 von Hogwarts Legacy. Freut mich, wenn ihr beim nächsten Mal wieder dabei seid. Bis dahin, macht's gut und ciao.